Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? So here's a video that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's going to be an unboxing, but first there's something that I want to talk about. It's about where I fish, like one of my local lakes you've seen it in a lot of my videos. So what it is I've noticed the pressure of this area. It's getting heavier and heavier with the fishing pressure. The water is getting clear. Things that used to work over the past 10 years that I've been fishing this lake, it's really not working as much anymore. Um, with the rise of fishing pressure, you know, I see a lot of people throwing Senko style worms, and that's all fine and dandy. But when you keep throwing the same thing over and over again every single day, and this place gets hit hard during the week. Like, not only on weekends, like I can only imagine on weekends, but during the week, this place gets hammered. I see a lot of people throwing either Wacky Rig or Texas Rig Senko style baits, whether it be the Yamamoto Senko. Not many people buy them because they're too expensive. I see a lot of Yum Dingers. I see a lot of what's the other one? The Berkeley Generals. Lunker Hunts, because they're very accessible throughout Canadian Tire and the Bass Pro Shops version. And I see a lot of those type of baits inside the water, hanging off of trees. People cast into trees, they break off, or they just lose their baits. I see a whole whack of them. Even on the benches or on the ground. I mean, if you're gonna put it on the ground or on a tree and it's accessible, that it's safe to take it out, then I highly recommend to actually clean up after yourself. I mean, I've lost baits and on the ground, and I've cleaned up after other anglers, but just clean up after yourselves. If it's hanging off a tree, just make sure it's safe. But I digress, because that's not the point of this video, or this segment that I'm trying to record. But I want to stress how important it is that you learn different techniques, different baits, different styles, when things like this start to happen, right? I mean, 2017, 2016, and 15, I mean, I couldn't keep fish off of my Wacky Rig or my Texas Rig stickworm. But since, like, you know what, 2017, my biggest fish came off of a Yum Dinger Texas Rig, the 5-inch. But in 2018, I didn't go as much as I'd like. I did a lot of drop shotting. I did a lot of that. But 2019, I mean, I've only, believe it or not, like, I don't go fishing very much. I try to go at least one time a week. I haven't caught many fish with this past 2019 season with any sort of stick bait, whether it be Wacky Rigged or Texas Rigged. And I've noticed a lot of times that I would cast out my Wacky Rigged bait, whether it be a Senko or a Dinger, whatever, weightless, no matter what. I mean, normally these fish would attack it, but they didn't. They would actually shy away. I'm not sponsored in any way. I'm just doing this to try and be more effective on the water, as our bass season here in Ontario doesn't last long at all. It goes from, like, pretty much the fourth Saturday in June till the last Saturday in November. It's very brief. We're not lucky like people in the States where they got great bass fishing and the season is open all year. But that's another story for another video. So what I'm trying to say is, you get different style baits that people wouldn't usually use. And what I'm saying is sometimes different styles of baits come with a premium price point. And I'm not talking about Senkos, because Senkos, they're extremely overpriced. even though they're the originator of that bait, but they're extremely overpriced, considering now everybody and their mother uses that style of bait. But use different kind of baits, and incorporate different techniques with those other baits. You know, and like I said, they come at a price point, but you know, if you enjoy fishing like I do, and your season isn't as long as it should be, like how ours is over here in Ontario, you know, you want to be more effective on the water. That is pretty much what I have to say. I'm gonna go and show further with this unboxing and different baits and what I'm gonna do to rig them, and pretty much give a little brief description and show you guys what I'm gonna try and use as an alternate to the Wacky Rig. So I'll see you guys right when I do the unboxing. Alright, so this is my unboxing. Now, I'm gonna do it. First things first, what I ordered. It is a Jackall 3.8 inch eye shad in the green pumpkin watermelon. You gotta see the color. You know what, I'll take one out. It's right here, the eye shad. Just cut the top to open it up. And there's a couple ways I plan on fishing this. You know, as a light Texas rig, you know, like a finesse Texas rig bait. The lighting is absolutely atrocious over here, but it's pretty much half watermelon and green pumpkin with let's see, is it black flake? I don't think so, but anyways, so a wacky jig head I'm gonna be using with this right here, and nose hooking it. Very finessey presentation, or like I said, you know, like a weightless Texas rig. These do have some weight, but maybe with the size 1 EWG or 1/0 should work nice with this. A lot of people use it for drop shotting, and I may use it for drop shot, but I got other baits that I can use for drop shotting, not necessarily this. And yeah, mostly like a finesse technique. Can't wait to use it. Next up, that's another eye shad in the Gobi color. Gonna fish it the same way. You can see the color better through here. Not gonna open up this one. Still a 3.8 inch. Yeah, it says right here, for no sinker, jig head, and drop shot. Realistic bait fish motion. Well, I'll be the judge of that, but hopefully it works. Up next is gonna be for my wacky rigs, and these are the Jackall Flick Shake wacky rig, and I'm gonna be using it with these. I have another pack in my bag, so I just took this one out to show you guys. And this is the Gamakatsu G Finesse wacky head. It is a 1/0 at a 1/16 ounce weight. The 1/0 is the hook. This one is the watermelon candy. It's actually quite a translucent color with the flakes. Really nice finessey color, and it's 5.8 inches. Next is the same thing, just in watermelon pepper, 5.8 inches. Right here. You can see it's translucent too. Nice clear water bait. Give those bass something different that they've never seen before. This one right here is the pumpkin pepper in the 5/8 inch. Can't wait to use these. Another great finesse color. Still translucent. And another one, but this one is in the green pumpkin candy. Similar to the watermelon candy, just a little darker. Once again, it's still translucent, so it's not overbearing on these fish that are heavily pressured. And then going with the other alternative for wacky rigging as well, which I'll also be using with my G Finesse wacky head, is these Power Team Lures 5-inch 6-stick, and it's the green pumpkin light blue swirl. Now, I'm not sure why I don't see many people using Power Team Lures, but they actually make really good baits. And these are a special kind of mold for these baits, and I'll show you what gives them the action. Okay, let's see. This one is actually the Green Pumpkin Light Blue Swirl, and there's 7 in a pack. And even though these are ribbed, I don't recommend fishing them weightless. You need a weighted head. So you hook it in the middle at the belly right here, and you see the inside how it's got the square. So you pretty much got to have the hook point coming out lined up with the point of this square. That way it'll give it a shimmy motion on its way down, a lot more action, rather than being just flat. So if you go with it like this, it'll start with the point coming out the same angle as the point of the square. You'll have more action. And these already come scented, but you have a bottle of it's called Hog Tonic. It's like an oil kind of based scent, and it smells pretty much like garlic and crayfish, if that makes sense. And last but not least, because you know I like the Neko rig, I got these 1/16 ounce Big Bite Baits brew weights, 10 in a pack. These aren't tungsten, so you get a good amount. I only paid $2.99 for these. So these are gonna go for my Neko rigs, 1/16 ounce. Alright, so now let's get to the fun part. I'm gonna try and rig these with the O-ring. So got my G-Finesse right here. We got the Wacky tool. I've actually had this since 2010. Served me quite well. Definitely paid for itself throughout the years. Then we got my Jacko cover cover crop. Got my Flick Shakes. Now I just want to see if these O-rings will actually fit. All these baits. They got a nice scent to them. Let's see. I may have to modify something for it. Yeah. I knew it wasn't going to be as hold as good. But yeah, I knew it wasn't going to hold as good. Yeah. If fish hits, they're going to take it and run. So I wonder maybe if I double this up. Okay, so I managed to overlap them like this into an X, and now just got to go through the middle. There we go. So this is in the middle, and it should hold on pretty good. All right, and as it goes down, it'll make because these aren't formed straight, so it's going to give it a nice wobble on its way down. And with the light weight, it'll be really good. It'll be really good. So that concludes my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something from it, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.